What's going on, MS Gymmers? If you're just joining us as a newbie, welcome into the MS Gym. My name's Trevor Wicken. I'm the creator of the MS Gym, and I created this online community for you and for the MS community so that you can learn how to exercise specifically, correctly, and safely for MS and to manage the symptoms of MS. And the purpose of these exercises that I'm teaching you are to literally get in your brain and reteach your brain how to move differently. Teach your brain how to move differently, how to move around the brain lesions, how to move around the demyelination, and to communicate differently, build communication highways between your brain and your muscles that are new, that will actually bypass a lot of the damaged nerves that are in your body right now. So the overall goal of the MS Gym and all of these exercises is to slow down the progression of MS using the power of movement and the power of a movement practice. So this is part 3B of this Stretching for Spasticity series, and what we're going over today is extensor spasticity. So last video we went over flexor spasticity. So if you kind of have a mixture of both, where you have flexor and you have extensor, both of these videos are good for you. Probably do both exercises in there depending on what you have, okay? So listen to your body. If you have questions, consult your physical therapist, what would be the most beneficial to do. But today we're going to be working on reducing extensor spasticity. So we're really going to work on reducing extensor spasticity of the knee. So for those of you that your knee locks out and you just can't get that leg to flex, you can't get that knee to bend, this is what we're going to work on, okay? So we're going to really work on reducing tone or overactivity in the quads, and then we're going to stretch the quads, and then we're going to go through and I'm going to show you how to activate the knee flexors or the hamstrings in a nice seated position, which makes it easy for everybody in the MS community. All right, so I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do with extensor spasticity is reduce the activity of the extensors, okay? So there's two muscles I want to focus on. One is the vastus medialis, and the other is this rectus femoris coming up this way, because both of those can really lock your leg straight out like that and cause a lot of problems, okay? Now there is a quadricep muscle involved here, so there's a lot of muscle to go around. So it may be an adductor issue, meaning inner thigh. It may be an outer thigh issue. I don't know, but today we're going to go through the vastus medialis and the rectus femoris. There's some other videos that I'll do working on those other two parts in here, okay? So when we talk about the vastus medialis, that's that teardrop muscle in between. If your leg is in extension like this and you sit, that's a good position for your hip because you're not in extension. But what I want you to do is just pull in just a little bit, get yourself out of extension so your body relaxes, and then that'll actually stretch out that quad so you can work on it. So you take your two thumbs, wrap your hand around the leg, and you're just going to go through and you're just going to massage this for about 30 to 45 seconds. Now you want to look for a tender spot, and when you find it, you'll know it. You're going to be like, whoo, that's some stuff right there, right? So that's the party, right? Remember, dive into the party. So you're going to lock in here, 30 to 45 seconds, going through and releasing that vastus medialis, okay? Once you're done with that, give it a little rub out. Now, the second exercise that we're going to work on is releasing the rectus femoris, which is this big daddy right here. Now that can either be weak or it can be very, very tight and weak in someone with MS. So it doesn't matter, we need to release it. So what I want you to do is find your hip bone up here, find that bony portion of your hip, and what you're going to do is you're going to work down towards that leg. So you're going to push down and in and kind of knead forward like this with the quad. So you're going to drive through, you're going to find some of that stuff way up in the hip, and it may be super painful. If you have a back on your chair, lean back a little bit so you can open up that hip, and you're going to work on that, just work down that thigh, and you will find the spots that are like, oh, like you will know where they're at. So it may take a little bit longer than 30 seconds because there's a lot more leg here than there is right here, but that's okay. It's important that you do this, and you can massage this leg throughout the day while you're sitting, while you're in your car, while you're at a stoplight, whatever it may be, but you're going to go down, you're going to release this rectus femoris muscle and get those out, okay? So now that this vastus medialis is inhibited and the rectus femoris, let's get into the stretch. So now that we got these chilled out and relaxed, what we're now going to do is we're going to stretch it. So what I want you to do is slide to the edge of your chair a little bit, and then if you can grab your ankle, great. But what I want you to do is I just want you to kind of walk your foot back as much as you can. Now you may have to get a little bit of a higher chair. I didn't have one in here, so if you get a little bit of a higher chair, what I want you to do is you're just going to slide your leg under your chair and then use your hands to just kind of put yourself back like this, and you're just going to hang out here. Okay, this is probably going to kill you if you have spasticity to even go this far. You may only get to here and that may stretch. But if you can, grab that leg and just kind of work it back like this and sit on the edge of that chair and just let gravity just stretch out that hip flexor, that quad, all that kind of stuff and reduce that spasticity, okay? If you feel okay, you can come back and you can actually pick that leg up. If you're able to do that, do it, but don't push yourself. So then you'll get a deeper stretch. But for now, if you just want to hang out and put those toes back behind you, see their toes are curled under, and that'll help with dorsiflexion, try it. If you can't get into dorsiflexion and it's just down like that, that's cool too, okay? You just want to focus on getting this stretch. When you're done, pick your leg back up and help yourself. Shift to the other side of your chair, walk your leg back, and then you're going to just sit and stretch that bad boy out. Again, if you can get your toes locked underneath you, do it. If you can grab your ankle and sit up tall, do it. Make sure you're holding on straight. And if you lean back further, you're going to feel that, that quad stretch as well, okay? Don't lean back too far to send yourself into spasm, but really try and get that stretch right through those thighs and then that quad muscle, okay? So now let's talk about how to counteract extensor spasticity. So to counteract an overactive quad muscle or knee extensors, you got to work the knee flexors, which is the bottom side. So what I want you to do is sit up very, very tall in your chair. Now this foot may not be able to get all the way in, and that's fine. So I want you to put your legs straight out, but not to a point of spasticity. And I'm going to scoot this back just a tad, okay, so you can see my foot. So what I'm going to have you do here, you can't probably go all the way out into extension. So just start in a semi knee bent position. This foot needs to be down, okay? If you have extensor problems on both legs, this one can be a little bit out too, but I really want you to focus on pulling in those abs, shoulder blades down, activate the core and turn this into a core exercise. If you have extensor spasticity and this is pulling you back, lean forward a little bit, totally cool, okay? Just get to a comfortable position where you don't feel strain. Now what you're gonna do on this is you're gonna point your toe. Okay, you're going to point your toe slightly in, okay? So point that toe slightly in, sit up tall and pull those abs in. And what you're going to do is you're going to focus on using this hamstring muscle, just turn it in. Now, typically what we see is we see a lot of people with their toes turned out, okay? That's why I want you to turn your toes in a little bit. If you notice that your toe turns in, then turn your toe out while you do it, okay? Pay attention to your body. But for majority purposes, I'm gonna move my foot to the inside like this, sit up nice and tall, and then I'm just gonna do a leg curl. So we're gonna be here, try to sit decent, pull those abs in, and all you're gonna do is you're just gonna pull that leg all the way in, and then you're gonna now when I say bring it out, don't push it out because you could activate the quad. You basically are bringing that leg in, so you're sliding the heel in, and then probably just walk it out. Get set, pull it back in, hold, walk it back out, okay? Because you don't want to push out because that could send this into a spasm. So abs are in, nice and slow. I want about 15 to 20 of these. So bring it in, hold, and then walk it back out. Now, if you have foot drop, this is a great exercise that as you pull in, try to pull your toes in your ankle back as well, which is what we did in previous videos, and then you get more burn for your buck, right? So abs are in, pull them back, hold, hop it forward, pull those abs in, slide back, hold, hop that forward, okay? So I want you to do it between about 15 and 20 of those to get that hamstring fired up. I would probably do it on both legs. If you're prone to extensor spasticity on one side, you may end up getting it on the other side too, so you might as well be proactive and train your brain to say, hey, we don't want to lock in here. We want to be able to activate this. We want nice balance in our knee, okay? So hopefully this video helped you out. Just keep practicing. Again, Rome was not built in a day and MS was not conquered in a day, okay? So you got to keep practicing your exercises. Go back to previous videos and definitely work on the toes and the ankles if you have extensor spasticity. When you do those combined with this, it's a real powerful combination for everything below the hip to help you decrease your spasticity, improve your balance, and help you walk better. So if you've liked this video, go give me a thumbs up. Everybody thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, go down and hit the red subscribe button down here so you'll never miss a video from me. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video.